look at, I have looked at Phantom, so it won't be hard to look at it again. So I'm trying to update my charts again, because the last update I did was when Bitcoin was looking really strong and pumping, and haven't really updated my charts afterwards. So I'm going to just kind of put them in my new section called Analyzed, just so I can keep track of it. Let me have a look at my previous analysis. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, Bitcoin is halved. We've got that. So I had FTM in this higher time frame channel, as you can see, and the midpoint has reacted nicely as well. You can see the midpoint is reacting. That's the top of the channel, and this is the bottom of the channel. Okay, so it's a pretty nice channel on the log chart. We had a little SR flip here on this previous pivot. That's what you want to see. I did have it going down, surprisingly enough. You see that yellow line that I drew? I had it going down to this line, and it basically did what I thought it would do. The reason why is because I've got this previous range value area low. It's the range here, this previous range. The price wasn't able to get into this value area. You wouldn't expect it to get in just like that. And also on this move, it was a one-to-one. Yeah, so you see this is the one, and then this is the other one. So it did a one-to-one move, and so naturally that was quite good confluence for some kind of rejection. Let me just get rid of that now. This SR flip is holding. Yeah, now that's what you want to see for continuation. You want to see an SR flip to hold. We've pretty much filled all of the volume from this down move all the way up, and so the next challenge for this token is to get back into that previous range. You see there's a range here, value area low, value area high. That's the range. You've had one rejection. The next challenge is to get back into that range. You get back into that range, you can then basically, you have to clear the liquidity in that range, and you have to kind of ascend to clear it. It's gonna, I don't expect this to impulse so much. I think because you have a lot of trapped liquidity there. The price has never traded there since the last bull market. There's a lot of people trapped, and I think you can see in the volume there's some people trapped. You see the volume profile, there's a lot of volume there. You've never traded there before, so naturally it's going to take some time to clear all of that liquidity, right? That's why there was a rejection here at the value area low, because it was the first opportunity for people who were trapped since this green candle in March 22 to get out of this token break even. That's why you had a sell-off. And also, not only that, you compound that idea with people who have entered in this token at the lows here, who are also looking to take profits. So from the lows here, you've come up 470%. That's a healthy increase in value. And so naturally, at these areas of interest, you're going to get people who have trapped, sell. You get people who are looking to take profits, sell. That's why you get the sell pressure at these important levels. And so I think, I mean, I'm looking at, again, this is very similar to Jasmy. Potentially this was move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially. And maybe this is the ABC. And maybe here we're in a 1, 2, 3, similar to Bitcoin, 4, maybe there's another 5 to come. And if the 5 comes and hits this point of control, that could be it. That could be the end of this wave. And then you have a prolonged correction, which will be your wave 4. And effectively what you need to do is clear this liquidity. That will make life a lot easier to go up. If eventually what needs to happen is that the top of this previous range value area low high, which is at about $2.1, needs to be flipped into support for attacking higher prices. So you're going to need to do that in the future. Without doing that, there's no way to get to higher prices. So there is a little bit of trap liquidity. I don't think anything's changed so much. Let me just quickly do an update on the volume. I think it's really bullish, by the way. It's really bullish because you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves there. You've had your correction in the bear market. And now you're in 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. You know, like maybe the 5th wave is going to be the biggest one, because that will take you into price discovery. Whatever happens, however this plays out, just bear in mind that that midpoint of that channel would be a really good place to take your profits. Yeah, because by the time the price gets to that midpoint, whenever it gets there, the price is going to be highly elevated. Yeah, don't just suddenly expect for higher. Yeah, take your profit at the midpoint. You can clearly see here that it's reacted as support and resistance. Don't expect the price to suddenly now go through it. Sometimes the price will be bullish and it will push through. That will be a good time to take profit. You see the price push through on the first instance, take your freaking profit. Don't even think about it. That's like a great take profit if you see the price pierce that midpoint for the first time. Okay, and doesn't really matter when that happens, but I do think it's likely that it could happen in the future. If you get into price discovery, get past this liquidity here, flip it into support, push up, take your profit. I think that would be a great place to take profit without even thinking. Like, there's not much. The great thing about this channel is you don't really have to think much, yeah, about the price. You know, there's not much thought. You can just see. So I think possibly what you're looking at now, what's that? No, that didn't work. Get rid of that. What's that one? Oh, it didn't come down to my level, unfortunately. What about this one? Oh, that's interesting. So okay, yeah, I've done that. Okay, yeah, so yeah. So I've got some Elliott waves done already. That free, looking at it now, is probably much lower. If we get to the value area high, that would be good. And if you have if you can correct onto this bull market, this lower channel, that would be good too. That would be really good if that could happen like that. And if you get a push up, oh, I don't know if it's going to get down there. That'd be the best. Clear the liquidity with this next push all the way up to the value area high. That would be amazing if that happened. Really bullish, but then take your profit and you have a summer correction. But I don't know. I mean, this depends on Bitcoin as well. And if it came back to here, it'd look really bearish, but actually that would be the best entry somewhere here for a spring explosion. That'd be really good though, if that happened. It all depends. We have to see how far this 3 goes to finish, because you can't tell. Right now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have to see where the 3 finishes. And you know, we've broken out this triangle, we've come back to back test it, the neckline, which is also this pivot. Yeah, this is looking good. Let's hide some of these now. Brush. I should keep those brushes. Sometimes they're useful. Okay, what's also interesting is that on the whole volume profile, we're above the value area high now. We haven't tested it because we're testing this previous pivot, but that's okay. That's fine. We have a lot of volume that's come in, and this correction has decreased in volume. That's quite good to see. All right, that's basically it, really. There's nothing really more to say. Cool things. I don't know if you got the information that you were looking for. I think you're looking for another. We're looking for another wave, and it'll be good to see the price go up to the value area high to clear that liquidity. Yeah, clear all of this liquidity. That's what I'm aiming. That's what I think the next wave should be. Clear the liquidity. I wouldn't necessarily aim for the all-time high. It could happen, but I wouldn't aim for it. I would aim for the top of this previous range. Yeah, and then a corrective summer, and it could just basically be a flat correction here, just in this previous range. You know, that would be actually quite good to get back into this range and just go from bottom to top to bottom to top, whatever. As long as you just stay in that previous range, then eventually what will happen is it'll break out, flip the top, and you're off. That's kind of what that would be my idea of the best price action. Sideways and then up. Okay, but you have to get back into that value area, and I think it will. I don't see why not. Possibly the last move, the wave 5 is going to be the biggest one, possibly. Yeah, because I can see the 1 is relatively small. Maybe the 3 is going to be slightly bigger, and maybe the 5 can be much bigger. Right? It's something to think about. That's FTM. Otherwise, there isn't really much more to say about FTM. At the all-time high, you have a resistance level. There's a couple of resistance levels that I haven't marked off. Let me just put this into its own group. That's a weekly. You've got a weekly level up there as well. You've got a couple of levels in the daily. They're going to act as resistance, yeah? So just, you can't ignore those levels. It just, the price will find resistance on. There's a daily level there. There's another one there. There's one at the top there. That's fine. So when you're looking to take profit, you know, you could kind of go, okay, these are good levels to take profit. You've got the previous higher time range. So clearly, as you go up, you can clearly see that there's a lot of resistance. Yeah, it's not going to just go through. There's lots of resistance, and then you've got your biggest resistance is going to be somewhere there. Let me have a look at the fibs as well, because I haven't really looked at the fibs. Oh, of course, look at that. The price came into the golden pocket, immediate rejection. Yeah, that couldn't even get in. So you still have to get back above the golden pocket. The previous range value area low, the golden pocket, already highly extended. We're underneath this 50% mark. price has to get back above that mark, to be honest with you. Yeah. So at the moment, like if you're thinking about buying, you could just wait until you flip 75.6 cents into support. Once you flip that into support, it's you're buying on support. Or you can buy lower at this 382. So it looks like these fib levels are really powerful. You can see that they're working. It's very obvious that these fibs are working. Yeah, look, because that 382, look at that 236, look at that support, resistance, support. Look at that, the 50%. It's not a fib, but it's still, it went through it, but on the way back down, it's now finding resistance. And here the golden pocket is acting as resistance. So you can clearly see that these fibs are working. And that should give you confidence about all of them. Now, as the price moves up, just don't ignore these levels. All right. Acro, huh? DJM, good formation for bull. Let's have a look at Acro. Acropolis, is that Acropolis? So that's FTM. I'm interested in FTM, so you know I'm happy to do it. And also I've done it before, as you can see. Not a problem. Acro. I haven't looked at Acro since the last bull market.